Good morning. My name is Angela Rosa. I am a yoga teacher. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. Thank you for joining me. I have a yin yoga experience that I've prepared for this morning. And this is a yin experience that is a little restorative as well. So I hope you'll enjoy this. Thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, please type them into the chat room and I will answer them. And thank you for joining me. It's so nice to see this small group. Thank you. Okay, so I'm here practicing in my home and I have a strap and a pillow and a blanket. And that's really all that you need today. As we begin, I'm going to sit on my pillow and just get settled in with a few easy breaths. This yin practice is designed for those of us who may be in perimenopause, or if you are in menopause, this is a very healing practice. But when we find ourselves past 40, entering perimenopause, we enter a stage of life where we have just a general transition happening in our body. Our body is aging and drying up in Ayurveda. So we are adding more vata into our bodies. And those elements of vata are air and ether. So wind and space, which is generally meaning that we are drying out. So the moisture in our body is drying up. Our menstruation will begin to become irregular and our hormones are fluctuating. So we may have some problems with thermal regulation and feeling warm a lot. So these poses are designed to be heart opening, to release the heart and allow for good blood flow, cooling, and just toning the uterus is another part of these poses. Another focus in these poses is to increase the adrenal gland action, so to help facilitate the clearing of adrenaline that we often get with hormone imbalance as we have mood swings. It can create that cycle in our bodies where we are feeling unnerved, angry, and that can create adrenaline and cortisol in our bodies. So that is, it can be a very tumultuous time. The addition of a yoga practice, especially a restorative or yin practice, can truly help to balance the body, balancing hormones. So let's begin. Let's begin with a few gentle breaths. Breathing in, closing the eyes, or not. You can always have your gaze just forward. Just checking in with the breath, breathing in, cool air coming in, breathing out, warm air coming out as your body hits the air. Let's do 3 more rounds. Bringing calm to your space and time. Bringing awareness to your belly and your pelvic area. Bringing balance to this part of our bodies is a very gracious and generous practice for ourselves at this time of perimenopause. Connecting with the breath. If you'd like to bring an intention into your body to ground your practice, now is the time. Is there someone, something that can help anchor your practice, to help the concentration needed when holding poses? Bringing that dedication, that intention in now. In and out. Removing our pillow. Let us do Uttasana, a forward fold. So yin practice is the release of feminine energy, generally found all over our body, but especially in our joints. And in our backs, we tend to hold yin energy in this area of our shoulder blades. So today we'll be opening the heart and really focusing on the hips. So in this motion, let us bring ourselves forward. You may find that this is your space, that you are reaching your shins. You may find that a strap can help you facilitate this pose in your body. Uttasana. Forward fold. So bringing the strap around the balls of your feet. Gently pulling yourself forward. Opening the chest. Open the chest. Feeling a sense of a forward folding action from the hips. So rounding the back here is not really what we're looking for. If you're rounding the back just a bit, that's kind of natural, right? Like you are leaning forward. But really keeping the integrity of the spine and focusing on the fold here at the hips. And if you're able to, you can bring your hands over your feet, lifting the chest up. Let's take 3 breaths here. Reaching, pulling it forward ever so slightly. Again, if we are here, it's perfectly fine. The point is to release the hips. So adding just a gentle forward action with each exhale. Breathing in, breathing out. Gentle, reaching forward. One more breath here. And release. How does that feel? Let's do a little energy awareness. And I'm gonna circle around here and float in my Dandasana staff pose. Bringing your fingers together. Place your fingers right above your eyebrows. And ever so gently, kindly, bring your fingers up to the crown of your head once again. And then bring the hands down the side of the head. giving yourself a lot of love and break off. And then once again, up at the eyebrows, bringing the fingers gently, rolling the shoulders down, opening the chest. Wow, I feel just that enlivened sense of my body. And one more time, releasing any tension from the top of the head, offering some love to ourselves. This very stressful time in life. There we go. And then from here, you might want to elevate your bum, bringing your body onto the pillow. Might feel good right now. I guess we're going to go into a seated wide angle pose. Upavista Konasana. Upavista Konasana. If your wide angle goes here, that's perfectly fine. Not a problem. If your wide angle is here, that's great. Wherever you are in between, the point is to open the legs and to release the energy wherever you are, wherever you come, wherever you may be. Now, I invite you to bring a blanket in front of you. I'm rolling my little blanket here, my little guide. And we're going to forward fold here and really releasing the hips, the yin energy that's held in the hip area that can really retain emotions. It can hold past differences that you may have had with someone, confusion that's undigested. In Ayurveda, we call this ama, that what is undigested, toxins. It can turn into a toxin in the body when we don't sort through and resolve any unmanaged emotions or conflicts. Releasing this area is a very powerful practice, not only for your body, but for all of those around you. Releasing this yin energy, what we take into the body from the outside, allows us to discover our true nature and live within our dharma, what we're meant to be and who we are meant to be. Breathing in 3 times, pushing forward with each exhale just a little bit. My blanket is like a guide for me. 2 more breaths, breathing out, inching forward. Wow, I feel it. Breathing in, breathing out. And release, feeling yourself, feeling that action of release in the hips. Very powerful practice. Let's just take a little twist here. I'm going to warm up the back. We didn't really do that at the beginning. It's such an important part of a yoga practice. Kind of went straight into it. And then let's just give ourselves a gentle twist while we have our wide leg stance. Inhale, exhale, just a little bit deeper. And then reversing. Inhale. Inhale on the exhale, just a little deeper into this twist. And release. Let's do one more forward seated wide angle pose. This tones our uterus, increases circulation, develops flexibility in the hamstrings. In this stretch, we're also engaging our adrenal glands as we bend forward. And we're decreasing our irritability by balancing hormones. This is a pose that you can do with your family. Everyone can be a part of it. If you don't feel like you have time, you can make time to do some yoga poses with others. Whatever little bit you can do, really helpful. You don't need 90 minutes to benefit from a yoga practice. Awesome. Okay, let's move our props to the side and find our way into downward dog. First, let's take a little tabletop position, just stretching the hips from side to side, finishing that stretch in our spine. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out through the mouth and sticking your tongue out. One more time. This is a very cooling breath. It's called the breath of fire. In. Let's try that and I'll show you my tongue. Just to give you a little inspiration. Don't be shy. Breathing in, rounding the back. Breathing out, bring your tongue forward and out. Very cooling practice. Thank you for trying it. Okay, let's find our way into downward dog. Fantastic. Now we're going to hang out here in downward dog for a few minutes. Adho Mukha Savasana, downward facing dog. Now if you find that your heels rise up like mine do, work on placing them down to the ground. That can be your job. Pressing, rolling the shoulder blades back. Pressing the chest forward. Breathing in, finding a space in your body. If you like, you can add a blanket here to support the heels. I'll just show you what that looks like. Supporting the heels, finding that downward dog. Brilliant, brilliant. So folding from the hips again, this slight inversion allows for us to feel some sense of joy. It's an energizing action that also helps to improve our memory, decreasing the brain fog that ensues with perimenopause. Breathing in, so take a little adjustment here. Wonderful. How you doing? Just gonna check the chat room. Everybody doing okay? Good. Good. Okay. Downward dog. Getting to know your downward dog. Adho Mukha Savasana. Getting to know your downward dog is a helpful practice because from here you can understand what's going on with your posture.
Is your back rounding right now? Roll the shoulders back. Feel the action of rolling the shoulders back, grounding the hands, spacing the fingers wide, allowing the hamstrings to stretch as you press your heels into the floor, spreading the toes, pressing, feeling the energy, the blood flow going to your head. You increase the oxygen moving to your brain. This is a very safe inversion. It has so many great benefits for our bodies. Releasing the energy from our Mula Bandha. Do some experimentation here with toning your pelvic floor, toning the muscles in your pelvic floor, finding the perineum, finding the pubis bone, toning, feeling, finding this area. Rolling the shoulders back, release the shoulders, toning your abs. Let's move into plank pose. Holding your plank here, bringing it down to the floor, rolling the tops of the feet up to the floor, onto the floor. Just hanging out here for a couple of minutes. Move like that. Wonderful. Okay, lifting up. We're really going to, you can have a low cobra here. Absolutely. Or we can bring it all the way up into Sphinx pose. Salam Bhujangasana. This is a heart opener. This increases energy in your body, increases joy, and you're really looking at opening the heart here. This is a boost to our vitality as we really stretch the spine, opening the heart, toning the abdominals, toning the buttocks. We're going to hang out here for 5 breaths, releasing the yin energy in our chest, opening the chest. I invite you to tone your pelvic floor at this time, pulling in the abdominal muscles. Wonderful. 3 more breaths. Breathing in, pressing the chest forward just a little bit with every exhale. Final breath. Fantastic. Press yourself into child's pose. Balasana. Wonderful. Wonderful. Releasing the shoulders, releasing the abs, melting into your knees, pressing, releasing all the tension into the floor. Brilliant. When you're done, press up. Okay. So, the next pose we're going to do is legs up the wall. So I don't really have a wall, but if you have a chair
you can put your legs up onto a chair. Another thing that we can do is lift our legs up into the air on our own. If you have a block, you can gently place the block under your sit bones here and bring your legs up to the sky. The other thing that is helpful for legs up the wall, it's very gentle for your body if you do have a wall. This is another way to sort out keeping the legs up is to bring a strap around the balls of your feet. Viparita Karuni, legs up the wall. This is a cooling inversion that allows for the blood to return from the legs into the uterus. This is not a pose that you want to do if you are menstruating. If it's that time of the month for you, you want to do another pose. If it's that time of the month for you, I suggest doing this squat here. So just grounding into the ground, Anjali pose, pressing the legs out. This would be a beautiful practice during menstruation, just allowing for that facilitation of movement of blood from the uterus downward. And if we are here today, if this is fine for you, you will enjoy the benefits of cooling the body, relaxing the adrenal glands, stimulating the kidneys with this back lying motion, allowing for good elimination right now, which is incredibly important during perimenopause or menopause, as our bodies are charged up and have a confluence of hormone activity. Our bodies struggle sometimes. Release the strap. Our body struggles to eliminate all of the hormones that are in excess in our bodies. This cooling inversion allows for the legs to return the blood to the pelvic organs. This is great for anyone with varicose veins, any kind of strain in the legs. This is a really powerful return of old blood to the top of the body to bring fresh blood into the lower part of our body that works so hard for us. Let's take 4 breaths here, breathing in. Breathing into the belly and out. Feeling that contraction in the belly. Breathing in, expanding the belly. Breathing out. Last breath in. Slowly bringing down the legs, shaking it out. Allowing yourself to just melt into the floor. I just want to check on everyone. Any questions? Anything? Doing okay? Yeah. Feels good, right? Yes. So the squat that I was talking about is here. And if you have, like me, I have kind of short legs. So my squat looks different than some other squat. You might want to bring the legs forward
for like complete alignment with the spine. It's not going to hurt anything to bring them out. It may cause some stress on the knees, so bringing it in and just staying up a little higher is fine. But bringing it out and really bringing that seat down, pressing open the hips is a very healing practice for anyone who has constipation, menstruation, just getting everything out in an efficient way. Ayurveda and yoga is a bit like mechanics, just the mechanics of the body, how the body works. So let's work on our last pose, very gentle pose, Baddha Konasana, bound ankle pose. So there are several ways to do bound ankle pose, and today I'd like to invite you to allow this to be your Shavasana. And we're going to have a simple action of a restorative Baddha Konasana. And with our props, I'll show you what to do if you don't have props, but with our props, let's just set it up. And what I have here is a pillow and a blanket. So we're going to just elevate just a little bit more. And then if you have another blanket that you want to use to drape over your legs, perfectly fine. If you are running warm, like I do, because I am in menopause and I am feeling a little warm today. So, Baddha Konasana, what you want to do with the blanket here at the edge of the pillow, I'm just wondering if you can see, there we go. You bring your bum right to the edge. Now, if you have a long torso, your head may drape over the back of the pillow. That's okay as long as it's not a huge drop. So, if you have another pillow, you can grab it. I have a small pillow. Just tuck it right behind the other pillow. If you have a beautiful yoga bolster, you can use that. You probably won't have a problem with this. I'm using some common home props that can be used by anyone. So here we are, bringing Dandasana, staff pose, bringing the knees up, feet together, opening the legs wide, sitting up nice and tall. If you have a strap, bringing the strap around the tops of your feet like this, and settling in. If you don't have a strap, no problem. It's all good. I'll show you how that looks. But with the strap, rolling the body down, and then using the strap to bring the feet up toward the pelvis. And then if you do not have a strap, I'm just going to do something here. Okay. I just curled my blanket up. I think that will help support my lower back a little bit better. Maybe you want to try that too. Bringing your feet together as close as comfortably possible to the pelvis, and then rolling back, allowing the legs to fall open. Now, if you're here, the idea is that as we lie here, our legs will continue to use gravity to fall open. If this is uncomfortable and you need more support, you may absolutely use props, blankets, a pillow, blocks to help support the knee as your hips are winging open. It helps, I have tight hips, so it helps me to just allow gravity, leverage the gravity to open the hips.
This will be our Shavasana. Let's take 3 deep belly breaths, and then we will connect with our bodies as our breath quietens and cools. This is a beautiful hip release, allowing for release of emotions. This is a heart opener, allowing for more energized, oxygenated blood to course through the body as we open the heart, literally allowing space for it to perform at a higher level. Breathing into the belly, out, contracting the belly, toning the abs as we exhale. 2 more of these, breathing in, exhale, contract the abdominals, inhale, exhale. Finding your Shavasana, opening the arms, letting them wing out to the side. You can leave your hands on your belly as well. Breathing in your own pace, allowing the hips to open, resting in this pose, allowing for the release of emotion, allowing the body to completely open, slowing the breath. Eyes closed if that feels comfortable to you. Imagining warm, golden light from the sun entering into your third eye, illuminating the head, the back of the throat, the windpipe, flowing into the lungs, out to the arms and every finger, returning the light back up the arms into the armpits, and wrapping around the heart gently in dynamic ways. From the heart, moving the body, filling up the abdominal muscles, the digestive organs. The light is cleansing and clearing, rejuvenative in nature, encasing the uterus, the pelvic floor organs with light, warmth, healing energy that travels down both legs, encircling the knees, releasing any tension from the knees, energizing the synovial fluid in the knees, moving into the calf muscles and wrapping around the shins, increasing our bone density, filling the feet and the toes with warmth and light, allowing our future footsteps to be filled with lightness. Filling each toe with energy, bringing awareness to all 5 toes on each foot. 10 toes, returning the light gently back up the legs into the pelvis, into our abdominal muscles, up through the chest, going up and down the arms, back to the collarbones, up through the neck, nourishing our face muscles, bringing beauty to our lives, encircling our brain, healing our thoughts, feelings, emotions, and letting the light go out through the crown chakra into the universe, with the understanding that we already have all that we need to heal and nourish our bodies. The abundance of health. When you're ready, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, releasing the legs, bringing the knees up and moving them from side to side. When you are ready, rolling over to your right side. This is a nourishing pose. When we are digesting, it allows space for our stomach to have extra space for digestion. So if you ever have indigestion, the right side laying is a really lovely action for our bodies. When you're ready, press up, finding your seat in your favorite way. I think I'm going to sit in hero's pose, and we will have a short pranayama for those of us in, I'm going to do this, in perimenopause, move back so you can see me, or menopause. I'm going to do a quick pranayama and a short meditation. Just all that hip work, it feels right to sit in a pose like this, hero's pose. So, pranayama practice, Nadi Shodhana is the practice I want to share with you. This is a thermal regulator pranayama breathing practice. Pranayama literally means breath control. Yogis and yoginis all experiment with their lung capacity, because the oxygen that we are able to build in our bodies through breath control, pranayama, breathing techniques, enlivens our body with rich nourishment. And just as I guided you through that visualization, we are able to nourish our bodies on our own and offer the opportunity for our bodies to heal with the dynamic healing systems that are already in place in our esoteric body and our subtle energies. Pranayama, let me show you. So we take Vishnu Mudra by bringing your hand forward, rolling down the index and middle finger, bringing the pinky finger and the ring finger together, and extending the thumb. And with the ring finger, closing off the left nostril, breathing in and out to begin on the right nostril, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out to the left, breathing in to the left, out through the right, in through the right, out through the left, in through the left, out through the right, in, out through the left. Let's do this 3 more times, breathing in through the left, out through the right, in through the right, out through the left, in through the right, out through the right, in through the right, out through the left. Releasing the mudra, noticing the changes. Now you may need a Kleenex, a handkerchief. I'm going to release my sitting position. I'm going to sit in this pose without any props. So you may notice, yes, okay. You may notice a clarity in your breath on both sides. My nostrils feel more open. I didn't even notice beforehand that I had any lack of openness, any closure here, but I do feel that now. This is a powerful one for anyone with hormone fluctuations to bring into their daily practice. You can do this at your desk, taking a moment between phone calls, or even while you're driving, as long as you're careful. As long as you can drive with one hand, you can do this with the other. And it can actually really be a good practice while driving because it can calm down any adrenaline that you may be feeling in traffic. So that's a wonderful practice. Let us now have a short meditation, elevating the spine, bringing awareness to a straight spine, with a slight tuck in the chin, allowing the crown chakra, you see me, the crown chakra is here, to really, just trying to figure out the best way to do it. Crown chakra, just bring it down here. Yeah, that's better. The crown chakra is here. Straight spine, elevate your body if you need to, just a little bit to bring some elevation. And let's have a short meditation. Let's go back to Vishnu Mudra, rolling down the fingers, bringing our mudra to our knees. Bringing energy into our bodies today with this yin practice and releasing it with the openness of our asanas, with bring balance to our bodies, integrating the asana practice with pranayama, adding dharana meditation practice, integrating all of this work to benefit ourselves and all of those around us, bringing positive energy into the universe, borrowing the golden light in our visualization and returning it into the area around us. May we also release the intention that we brought into this practice, allowing our practice to benefit the world around us, bringing peace, calm, and vitality to ourselves, our families, our communities, and the planet. Hands to the heart, Anjali Mudra. Thank you for joining me today. May all of the divine light in me come into you, and may your divine light return back to me. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you being here today. Thank you for sharing this practice with me. Have a wonderful day.